So for this one, it would be just building a chat app with Flutter and Firebase. So I'm going to go over key concepts, app and Firebase setup, adding an authenticator screen, adding buttons and authenticator screens, validating user input, Firebase CLI, SDK setup, which took a while. This was a rough one. It was very difficult to set up Firebase and signing in, logging in, different screens based off of identification, the splash screen, the user logout, just user image picker widget, using that again, image picker package, authentication form, Firebase, loading snipper, database, fire setup, username, input widgets, Firestore, all the etc. It was a long one. This one was definitely tough, and definitely not an easy concept. Overall, it was very difficult, but one of the most crucial practices of building an application to integrate Firebase with Google and dynamic backed Flutter app, and how you basically do the background. Sorry, I'll pull up kind of what I'm talking about in the lecture notes. So see as you could go, chat app implementation. It's just a lot of the Firebase and kind of that route of Firebase. Log into Firebase to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So you can see a chat application, and it's just authentication. It just stores it and basically keeps it from when they're chatting to log the chat in a database for this application. And it's just a crucial concept, and kind of learning how to integrate it. I mean, once you get it set up, it's good, but getting Firebase and Firestore just kind of implemented was just so long in such a process. It was just a lot of command inputs and kind of logging everything together. Kind of show you some of the code to give a integration of it, and from the coding perspective. So you have Authenticator Dart, and it basically has authenticator screens, and it links it to basically giving credentials to log into the application. So you can actually log in, view command. So basically pull it up, but while I'm pulling up, I'll just discuss it. Just enter password, kind of get everything kind of figured out, and introduce kind of authentication, the chat dart implementation. It's taking so long. I'll just talk about it while I was doing this. And then go from here. So basically what you wanted to do is go to the extension, log it in the authenticator, and then through Firestore, you wanted to log everything and have actual chat. Let me go to Firestore so you can actually see Flutter. It's just a cloud database by basically Google that gives us everything we need. I want to show you kind of how to implement it, but it's not really. Just go to Firebase. I'll go to my console and go to, I was going to do a demo, but I'll just skip that. Yeah, Flutter. So basically you want to integrate the CLI into it and kind of use that. That's what it was. Firebase. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's basically just adding the CLI to it. Was one of the core concepts. You want to splash to start. I don't know why it's not loading right now, so I'm already this far into the video, so I'll just talk more about it. It was just loading a second ago. This shows you Firebase options, kind of platform. Basically everything you would want is more or less just having the authenticator is kind of more the key concept, because you have that linked basically to Firebase, your store. So you could kind of keep everything authenticated and have a kind of chat dialogue in this one between the two parties. So these widgets and kind of requests and kind of a back and forth override codes. And then obviously the Firebase option, you gotta have that in there for kind of multiple platforms, as you can see. And then you want to have them all imported and linked through the main concept, and you can obviously add whatever color kind of coordination you want at that point. So yeah, it was the most difficult part of this was working on the integration of Firestore, and obviously we had an image, which is off the front of the end of it. But yeah, I was just kind of creating this link between the application. I mean, once you got it in there, just to a terminal, it made it a lot easier. But that's kind of just a general consensus of this one. It was just learning kind of Firebase and Firestore were two concepts that I'm grateful for, and I'm grateful that I got implemented. I'm grateful the package is installed because wow, did it take a long time. Wow, was it difficult. But yeah, just basically loading and displaying chat message through a streaming system, styling the chat message bubbles for lessons, push notification, storing a username, working with notification topic, testing push notifications, sending push notifications, and signing users up. This was a long one, but I'm very grateful. And I'll just say that and kind of go from there. Thank you, Dr. Grisham. Appreciate everything. And that's kind of my overview, short overview. I don't want to get